evening, everyone. Welcome to S.I.P Vision with TCheris. I am your girl, TCheris. So, I am super excited. I'm very giddy right now, as you can see, because I have the very first guest for S.I.P Vision. And this is someone who she is so bomb. I love her. I consider her a friend. I consider her a sister. And I just love what she's doing for the culture. I'm not going to give too much about who she is. I'm going to allow her to share that with you guys. But she is a teacher. She is a singer, a dancer, a model, she is the founder and the creator of S.I.P TV podcast. Now listen, if you have not watched any of the episodes, please go to her YouTube channel and just listen and enjoy. And then hit me up later in my DM and let me know, or her DM, and let us know what you think. So without further ado, my girl, you be S.I.P. Well, I call her Shanice, but she's you be S.I.P.
Yes, they call me S.I.P or Stormy for short. Hi everybody, I'm so happy to be here. Like, I don't even know what to do with myself right now. I feel so honored. Thanks for having me.
You're so welcome. Thank you for saying yes. I'm honored that you said yes.
I'll do anything for you.
And I do anything for you, but you know, we're just here. You know, we support each other. And speaking of supporting each other, so let's talk about how we met each other.
Wow.
So I'm gonna tell my version,
okay,
and then she can tell. You know what? You're the guest, so you tell your version.
I want to recall. I think it was like 2014, perhaps, or the beginning of 2015 at Brooklyn College. We were in the undergrad program, and we took a Sunday class together, which I dreaded. And I just remember, like, class had just started, and like 5-10 minutes later, this thing comes in, already like got an attitude. She kind of like let the professor have it, who was trying to come for her. And I was like, ooh, I don't know if I'm like her. I don't know if she's spicy. I don't know if I'm like her at all. And one day,
work in progress, y'all. I told you.
I was going through something, and you spoke to me. And then come to find out, we lived like 2-3 blocks from each other. Mm-hmm. And you gave me a ride home, and like the rest was history. I mean, we've had moments of tears, moments of joy, girl talk, moments of prayer where we really connected on another level. And I've held on to that ever since. Like, I ain't letting you go. You stuck with me. That's it.
So my version is close to what your version is, because I don't remember what called me, you know, coming in and giving the teacher any attitude. But I was thinking about what attracted me to you in the class, because you know, if I don't know you, I'm not coming to you.
See?
It's just, I'm sorry, you know, like, I'm not, like, once you get to know me, and then it's like, okay, you know, how can I help you, what do you need, yada yada, but I'm not the one to be like, yo, what's up, you know, you want to be my friend? No, that's not me. But I just remember her being in the class, and so she would always make this face where it was like, I'm here, I'm present, but I'm not here for it. And I guess because my edginess and my, like, you know, don't come for me type attitude she says I had,
it was on her
face. It was on her face. So I'm like, ooh, I think I can rock with that. So, you know, I guess opposites attract, I guess, you know. So and yeah, I remember I like to, like, when I was in school, I would scout out who was like the smart kid, who was intelligent, and who like was like really about their business, because I'm like, okay, I don't like school, I'm here. Right. I need to, you know how these teachers, they like to connect you with other students to do projects and stuff. So I was kind of preparing myself. So I was scouting the room. I'm like, nope. Oh, no, not doing her. Definitely not doing him. And so I was like, you know, listening to her speak, and you know, she was engaged and she was attentive to what was going on. I was like, all right, she, you know, blah. And then we kind of, I remember we were comparing our grades, and we was like, yo, girl, I got an A. He was like, yeah, I got an A too. And I was like, yup, this my partner right here, y'all. This my partner right here. This my partner right here, because I wasn't you're not gonna sign me up on
We're not hanging out.
We're not doing that. Sorry, we're not doing it. So, but that's what attracted me to you. And we had a conversation, and again, it was on a personal level, and it was, for me, she had shared something about her that I was dealing with, that I was like, wow. Because it's something that you don't want to share.
No.
But the fact that from day one we was open with each other, it just took off from there, and I was just like, wow, all right, God. And I knew that she was a God sent for that time, because again, we connected on something that we both were dealing with, and I can imagine it was kind of rough speaking about it, and very personal. But sometimes I look at things and I say, well, you know what, God, like you put this person in my life, or you had me go through this, or you had this person come and give me a word, because you want me to see that it's not just me going through it, and that you can still use me, that my life is still worth something, that, you know, I can still be great, you know, and this thing that I'm challenged with or faced with is not gonna have the victory over me. So from there, it was like we was on Macy's, buying St. Boots.
My God.
You know, and even now, like, we'll buy something and we haven't seen each other in like years.
I got the same thing.
And I'm like, yo, girl, I got the same thing. And we go to each other's closet like, girl, look, look.
No,
so I love it. I love it. So I'm super excited. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the edge off. We're gonna play a little game.
Hold on.
You ready?
All right.
Okay. And it's called I Choose.
Ooh, this is about to be tea.
It's gonna be fun. It's not gonna be super deep. It's gonna be fun. All right.
Let's do
So
it.
I'm gonna give you two options, and you just choose the one that you go with. Okay.
Right, I'm here.
Summer or fall?
Fall.
Why?
I like leather jackets. I like.
She dresses.
I like wearing light layers and like combat boot season. You know what I'm saying? Like around fall, autumn. I love that look. It's very NYC with the fedora, like the real New York look. I love that.
Girl, you gotta follow her page. I'm telling you, because
I love it.
The seasons of storm. That's what I call it sometimes.
Well, I'm born in November, so like it starts getting really cold around my birthday.
And you like it?
I hate the cold, but I like the weather it gives me right before my birthday, like that October. It's a vibe. I love it.
I'm born in January, and I hate the winter. I don't.
Me either.
I couldn't have been a May baby. I'm blessed though. Thank you, Jesus.
Right.
Okay, dance class or a studio session?
Wow. Okay. So I would have to say studio session. I would. You gave the flip like. I know. I will always be a dancer at heart, but I realize that I'm so passionate as a dancer, but my retention skills suck.
Okay.
So I will catch the choreography, but to remember it, like, I dread when dancers are like, from the top, and I'm like, what happened in the beginning again? And I'm trying to catch the steps, so it kind of brings down my self-esteem as a dancer. So I would say studio session.
I'm like that with music though, because you know I love dance and I do sing.
You do it all.
And when it comes to singing, they're like, yeah, so we're gonna go over this song. I'm like, what song is that? Like, I do not know songs by titles. And it's horrible in church. Like, my minister of music, or if we have to go out and sing, they're like, yeah, we're gonna sing. And I've sung this song
over and over
and like a million times. They're like, okay, so we need you to go over Precious Lord. I'm like, which one? Which one are you talking about? The one that's on the album. Like, I cannot remember music by their titles. It's just weird. It's the weirdest thing.
I'm passionate about that. So like, just the vibe that studios give me is everywhere I want to be.
I love the vibe. Yes, I love
everywhere. Like, just put me in a booth. Turn me up.
Cause I'm over here looking at my producer like, somebody left the studio.
I love it.
All right, Paris or Africa?
Africa. So I've been to Paris. It was cool or whatever, you know, like for fashion and shopping. But the food sucked. Like I was starving. I went to Paris for 4 days. Thank God it was 4 days and not 2 weeks because I was starving. Like how you go somewhere and the steak and the fries don't even taste good. Like that's safe.
Wow.
If you can't make fries or steak,
right.
honey, you in trouble. Like,
so what did you do? Did you drink water?
Girl, I was eating crepes every day.
No.
With like extra Nutella and strawberries. That was it. But like
also you
toast.
It was like a fast.
I didn't have a choice. You know, they feel their food is better than ours. Maybe it is because there's no fat people in Paris. Like,
okay.
They eat very I don't know, everything is portioned, but I don't like their food. Africa now, child.
Let me tell you, I can't wait to get there.
Okay, and I want to go back to different countries, but I went to Ghana and it changed my life in many ways. But the food, girl,
really,
the jollof rice. Now they say Ghanaians versus Nigerians, like who makes the best jollof rice. But right now, Ghana has my vote.
Really?
I mean,
have
literally, you would lick your hands off. Like they make it with love, and it's so spicy.
I love spicy food. I love it. I love hot.
Well, when you go to Africa, let me know.
Listen, I'm like, hopefully we can go together.
Okay.
Hair color.
Now, why would you do that? Like,
yes.
You know, I literally had every hair color.
I know. This is why I'm asking. Listen, you
just
never. You have to know who you're interviewing.
Say that.
You have to. You
Say
can't
that.
be just coming up with stuff out the hat.
No, you're right.
You
You're right.
Who you speaking to.
You're right. I would have did that too, boo. Sorry, I can't be mad at you.
It's alright. Platinum or purple?
Purple. You asking questions like you already know the answer. She's like,
say it, cause you know
know.
I study my friends.
Yeah.
You're not just like I'm invested.
No, I appreciate you.
I'm invested, and I didn't just do research because I'm interviewing you, but I'm invested in my friends. Okay, so
definitely.
I kind of know, you know, something. Tasha Cobbs or Kiara Sheard?
Tasha. Tasha will take you there. Kiara.
Nah, Kiara.
She's a different type of beast.
Kiara.
She's a beast.
She goes there.
And the new album I find is very exceptional. I think
really?
Her new album is really good, but I feel like, you know why I say Tasha? Because, like I know her. Tasha been there when I was going through my rough years. Even when I first met you, if Tasha wasn't on my playlist, like on my way to work, I don't know how my days would have ended up.
Wow.
Like I had to start my day with Tasha Cobbs.
Wow.
Because I'm like, all right, I'm a special ed teacher. I don't want to nobody kid. You know what I mean? Like literally Tasha would set the tone for my day.
Wow. Amazing.
So I needed to, and I feel like it's something about the way she worships that really like ignites. It really like you have no other choice but to cry. Like
you gotta go in there with her.
Yeah.
You may not know how to hit that note, but you gonna try.
I caught the spirit a few times on the way to work. Like,
oh my god.
Okay. For real. On the way to work. Like
like let me get myself together before I get Jesus. Take
She do that.
Yeah.
Tasha does that.
Yeah. I agree. Teaching. 3rd grade or 10th grade?
Child, I would never teach 3rd. And the crazy part is I said, I never teach kindergarten, I never teach 3rd. This year they have me teaching kindergarten. I'm like, okay, that was cute. I did 10th grade before, and I didn't miss a happy hour. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know, I'm sorry guys. When I first got into Department of Ed, I was a special ed, like para. And at that time, I was 23. These kids were like 17 to 20 years old, right? So I look young, I act young, I dress young. That got me my street credibility from them. But like, there were boys and girls hitting on me. Like, I had a kid ask me like, "Can you wait for me?" And I was like, "Where you going?" He was like, "I'm gonna be 18 in December." And I was like, "Boy, if you take your Metro card and go home, because you wouldn't even know what to do with this.
What?
Go home." So. But 10th grade, I learned a lot, and I got to build relationships with kids who had real hard backgrounds.
Yeah.
Backgrounds that I probably couldn't fathom as a child. You know, so I I appreciated and enjoyed working with the 10th grade kids. They not easy.
I can imagine. I have a 16-year-old going to 10th grade, and I could only imagine. Listen, God knows who to give what to.
Yup. You're not gonna talk about my girl like that. That's my girl.
No, I'm not saying my baby. She that's my best friend. Okay. Yeah, no, but I'm saying to be a teacher of a 16,
to be a parent of a 16-year-old. That's
but it's different. It's different because it's different when you are in control of your kids and you have that respect.
Yeah.
Right.
No, it's true.
And the respect goes both ways between parents and children. Yeah. Might I say, like the same respect that we want from our kids, we have to extend it to our kids as well. You have to allow them to grow into womanhood or manhood, and allow them to make their mistakes. But with me and mine. No,
it's different.
It's different.
To gain their respect as an educator. They'll know when you're trying too hard. They know when you're corny. They will trash you.
Right.
If your breath stink, they will trash you. If you have a body odor, they will trash you. So
right.
You gotta be on point, and they're sharp. So sometimes they'll say some stuff to you. You gotta be quick, sis.
And I can't take no disrespect for kids. I would.
Yeah, my first day teaching 10th grade, a kid said, "Who the F are you?" I don't even remember how I handled it, but I know, I patted myself on the back when I was finished.
Girl. Thank God for self-control, right?
No, seriously.
Yeah. He's amazing. All right, Trump or Biden?
Child. I don't even know what Biden is giving or promising, but anything over Trump. Anything over that. No, he's a spirit. He's an evil spirit.
Yes, I agree.
I don't know what other people may think or feel about this man, but I feel like we're reliving biblical times.
We are, and we have to keep praying.
Yeah, no.
And as much as he has an evil spirit and mean-spirited, we still are tasked to pray for him.
Yeah,
because that is the word of the Lord. So
I don't believe in people being prejudiced, but outwardly prejudiced when you're supposed to be representing people. All people is just disgusting.
Yeah.
So
Biden, 2020.
Okay.
All right. So I call you and I'm crying.
Okay.
I'm hysterical and I can't get it out, but something is going on. What kind of friend are you? Are you the girl, what happened friend? Or are you the pull up no questions friend?
I was just about to say I would get in the Uber.
Okay, you can pull up.
Talk to me. You know what? Don't move. And I would really pull up in the Uber. Yeah, that's me.
Bath or shower?
Shower. I have a white tub and I really hate the residue that comes with the bath. One time I felt let me listen to some Sade.
Yes.
I burned the candle, I had my wine, and then I had too much wine. I was I'm about to drown. I was let me get out of here. And there was mad residue, and I was I just got stressed from all that. I was I have to clean this.
But ladies, we have to take baths as well because
Absolutely.
The tail has to get cleaned.
Absolutely. I have the towel right
So what
there.
I do is I take my bath and I'll be in for 30, 40 minutes.
Nice and wrinkly.
Very wrinkly. And then I let the water drain out and then I take a shower right after.
Okay.
So it's not okay. I'm taking a bath, then I'll step right. No. It's together.
It has to be together.
So I'm in there for an hour and a half.
From the rooter to the tutor.
Yeah, the rooter to the tutor.
But still having to clean all that residue.
I know. Get the bath.
Yeah.
All right, last one. Quality time or words of affirmation?
Quality time.
That was my love.
That's my first one, and I'll tell you why.
Too.
Well, since this quarantine, I realized I get tired of people fast, girl. It's been a hot girl summer, but I get tired real fast. So I'll just be like, you gotta go. But if I like you, if I'm into you, I guess quality time, making time, that says a lot about how you feel me. And I feel like the energy, once it's being reciprocated, that's hot.
Yeah,
I'm a Scorpio, so if you're not showing me you feeling me, I'm like, I feel threatened. I feel
Okay.
threatened.
Feel threatened.
Like, I like you. Oh, you don't like me back. Okay. Well, you're giving me quality time. It's like, you showing me that you're interested.
Okay. All right. So, listen. I know my friend. All right. So we're gonna get into the topic of the day.
Ooh.
And for today's episode number 3, it is going to be educating and evolving.
Woo!
So, with that being said, tell us a little bit about your podcast and who Shanice is.
Okay, so Shanice is a Black woman with West Indian and South American background. I am an educator, but that doesn't define me. You know, a lot of times when I have conversations with people, they're like, oh, you're supposed to know this, you're a teacher, or I thought you was a teacher, so why you don't know this, or I'm not one of your students, and that really irritates me. I don't walk around trying to be everybody's teacher or savior, but I am a teacher, an elementary school teacher, and I educate predominantly students of the urban communities, so Black and brown students. I'm a special ed teacher, and I'm so proud of being a special ed teacher. I say that because it's lit. It's lit. Like, people think like, oh my God, how could you work with kids like that? You know, either kids with developmental disabilities or learning disabilities or behavioral disabilities. They're like, how can you do that? How do you have the patience? But in my mind, I'm like, how do you have the patience to work with kids in the general population? I'd rather have documents that let me know what these kids are about before I get into it. Okay. As opposed to kids who don't have documentation. I'm like, you wilding right now. Right. I'd rather know your you see how you research me. You know what's going on. You know what to expect. Yeah. You don't get that in general ed. Right. So I'm team SPED all day. I just started my own YouTube channel. Yes. And that has a lot to do with your influence. Really? Girl. Okay. So, I mean, we ain't gotta get into that. I just thought this is... I'm gonna be honest with you. That's why I feel so honored to be here. I started a podcast 2 years ago with 2 of my really close friends. And it was really good. It was great content. I still listen to it sometimes because I'm like, wow, this is still valid. Yes. It was about 3 women from Brooklyn. We had 3 different perspectives, and we came from 3 different walks of life. So, like, we shared a lot of the wealth of knowledge that we had, and we had a bunch of special guests. We had testimonies, and it was phenomenal. But then one of the castmates, she decided that she needed to relocate. Okay. And I initially was heartbroken, and I was so upset. I was happy for her, but I was livid because they both had their own channels and they had their own babies, but the podcast was my baby. Yeah. It was my idea. So I'm like, well, what do I do now? And it took months for me to like figure out, should I do another podcast? Should I do a YouTube channel? I don't know how I feel about being in front of the camera. Yeah. And I didn't want to do it alone because I'm so used to feeling like Destiny's Child. Yes. And then like, now I gotta be Beyonce. I'm like, this is not it. So then I remember you had your S.I.P Vision Zoom, and I really truly reflected and wrote a lot of notes from quotes that you and some of your other friends had shared, and it changed my life. At that time, I was just recovering from COVID, and I had a really bad breakup, and I just was so like low-key lost. I was looking for some kind of clarity, and girl, you called me one time in the middle of the night because your spirit told you to. And from that conversation to the S.I.P Vision, I was like, all right, no more running, no more fighting. Yes. And you like stamped it. Yeah. So that's when I decided, all right, stop playing, sis. Fix your crown, put the freakum dress on, put the heels on, and give the people what they need. Do what needed to be done. So thank you. You are heaven sent, and I really do feel like this connection has always been ordained, because you just know when to call. You know when to check in. I don't know when to call. It's the Holy Spirit that guides me on when to call. Well, I will be perfectly honest with you. We're gonna give him all the credit. Yes, but you just know when. and it seems like we also go through the same thing sometimes simultaneously, and it's
Absolutely.
like, whoa. So I feel like we are kindred.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
You're stuck with me.
Well, guess what? We have more to get into. Miss Shanice, aka S.0rM. I don't know where to go. Do you do that?
I do.
You do?
In my charter school, that's like showing love.
That's what Summer does in her charter school, like giving light.
Yeah.
Giving light,
It's like, it's always sharing positivity.
yeah.
It's everything, girl. I'm like,
so we're gonna go a little bit deeper into who Shanice is. So I would like to know, the audience would like to know, right? Who is Shanice? And how is she different from UV Storm?
oh wow. That's good.
That was good.
Shanice is a professional. Shanice has tact. Shanice is the teacher. Shanice is a Christian. Shanice is she's a daughter. She loves love and has a really big heart for people she cares about. Like if she likes you or loves you, her loyalty is yeah.
Yes.
Storm, woo. Storm
Let me know.
is fearless.
Okay.
I would say she's fearless. She's coming into her own and really embracing everything about herself, whether it's her blackness, her femininity. She's courageous, she's confident. When she comes in a room, you know she's there. And she also knows how to advocate for herself and knows how to speak for herself or express her feelings. And she exudes love.
Yes.
You know? Always positive vibes and energy. Frequency. Yeah. Those are the two.
All right. So, figuratively speaking,
Okay.
who are the paraprofessionals in your life that help you to be who you are today?
Wow. Okay. So my mom.
Absolutely. Shout out to mom.
Right. My mom is awesome. She is a single parent. She had me at a very young age, and she's just very. She's a Jamaican mom. Okay. If you don't know what that means, look it up in an Urban Dictionary or something. But you know, my mom. She lost her mom when she was 3 or 2 years old. So she never really had the love of what a mom has to offer.
Okay.
So she like overloads with whatever she has to offer me. I have a mentor. Her name is Kenesha Maxwell. Oh, to this day, she is like my spiritual and educational mentor. You, of course.
Oh.
No, look at your face. You're like,
said we wasn't gonna have no tears today.
but I have to give you flowers while you're still alive, girl. You definitely pour so much into me, and you're so influential in a way that's so positive, and you still are real. You know what I mean? That's what draws me to you. Like, you don't try to act like you're something that you're not, or that you're better than anybody. Like, you are a big sister wholeheartly. You know how to look out for another sister. You're very uplifting. You're always supporting people. Always.
Can you stop?
You about to cry?
Yeah, can you stop?
I'm telling you the truth.
Tissue stack. Okay, I mean, you stop.
You're always supporting and pushing people to be their best selves. Not even their potential, their best selves. That's a gift that you have. So that's why, like, I'm so hyped that you have this platform of yours, because you have several. But yeah, it's been time for you to do this.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
You
And
so
I would
much.
say my girlfriends, some of them, whether it's the way that I learned from how they live, and how they're so supportive and non-judgmental.
Yeah, you need that.
Friend, my girls.
Yeah.
You know?
If I can't be me in front of you, then there can't be no me in you.
And there's friends that will, listen to your tea and then tell their friends.
Yes.
and now all her friends know about you. Know I don't have to go through that. Most of my homegirls don't even have other friends. They like don't. They loyal. Like
loyal. Like
you my only friend.
That's all I need. That's all I need. That's it. I'm good.
So I appreciate that. I think that's what drew me to you too. You was really on like. You just had this face like you came in the room. You scoped it out like. Let me find a seat, and I'm like, those are the people that I gravitate to all the time. I don't understand how or why. I'm just like. That's gonna be my friend. God. That's gonna be my friend for a very long time. So.
Oh my gosh. Stories for days. Okay.
Of course.
As an educator, what are some disparities the African American community encounter in the education system?
A lot. So let's start. When we think about the public school system, a lot of the schools in the hood area, so to speak, Brownsville, not really Fort Greene, because now all those areas are becoming gentrified, but like the hood areas, they don't really have that much resources at all. And a lot of the times, even the quality of teachers aren't that great, right? Because nobody wants to work there.
Right.
Or the teachers have to really come out of pocket to buy supplies.
Right.
So that's really unfortunate. Now, people say horrible things about charter schools. I personally have my own thoughts at times, but I'm proud to be at a charter school. Yes, there are issues because we do have some charter schools that have the white teachers that don't know how to teach black children, and then most of them are in authority, so they think they can come in, observe you, and tell you this is how you're supposed to teach these black kids. Like, you can't, nobody can tell me how to teach the kids better than me.
Right.
I know how to take feedback and I know how to implement it. I don't have a problem with that. There's always room for growth, so I don't feel like I've arrived, but the way I reach out to my kids is the way I reach out to my kids. You know what I mean? Like, I love those kids hard, and some people won't understand when I'm looking at my black students and I'm like, don't play with me.
Right.
They think it's a threat, but in reality, they done heard that at home before.
Exactly.
So it's like,
and they know when the black woman says don't play with me, you like,
you know what's up.
No, let me pull up.
Literally.
Yeah.
Okay, so in my classroom, I literally don't, some teachers say, I'll wait. No, I ain't got time. I have two things I gotta say. Hello. And that's it. The whole class just shuts it all the way down. Hello. Did you hear the teacher voice?
I heard the teacher.
Yeah. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. So like, try it. So like in charter schools, there are deficits such as that, or like some charter schools were very militant, no excuses. So they were kind of designed to be like the military-like, they had military-like systems that would formulate disciplinary actions for black and brown kids, but it really was like prison-like.
Yes.
So like those are some things that were a struggle. The network that I work for right now have definitely depleted all of those actions and systems because they are seeped and started to lead for racial equity. Yes. So we're big on like teaching the whole person, and we're big on leading racial equity because the amount of stuff that's going on in the world right now,
yes,
our black and brown kids need to know, like, wow, looking at a teacher like me, they need to know, oh, I could do that. Yeah. I could do what she's doing. I can even do even better. That's my goal and purpose.
Let me tell you, charter school has been a blessing. I took my daughter out of public school after 8th grade. Actually 7th.
Okay.
And it's been amazing. It's been amazing, and she's not coming back.
No, it's not for everyone, but when you find what works,
because it's structure,
and kids only understand structure.
Exactly. And I'm like, if I'm giving structure at home, but you going to a school where the teacher's not able to maintain that, and not that teachers are kind of babysitters for some parents, but I don't expect the teacher to teach to maintain my child in terms upholding rules and regulations. Like, you're supposed to know that when you get there,
right? And
you're supposed to act accordingly. So it's been a blessing in my life.
Learning time.
Absolutely. So it's still a pandemic.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your perspective on kids returning to school?
So thanks for that question, because I was very overwhelmed today. So like, this has been the third day where the entire staff has been meeting and we're talking about protocols, and nobody has the answers. We still don't know when exactly we're going back. So like we survey the families like several weeks at a time to see where they are mentally and emotionally about having their kids return. There was a point where like a large percent said, oh no, my kids have to go back because my kids need, I don't know how to academically support them the way you guys can. Wow. And then now it's like, oh no, we don't want our kids to go back. Yeah. So we're gonna survey families again. But as far as virtual learning goes, I hate it. I hate it with a deep passion. And now that I'm teaching kindergarten this year, I'm so confused on how I'm going to be an effective teacher to 4 and 5-year-old kids who probably don't know how to sit still, who probably don't know how to pay attention for more than 5 minutes, who I have to teach how to not only sit up but pay attention, how to be kind, how to be a friend, how to learn a lot of social cues virtually. Yeah. I don't know how to do that.
But what I would suggest is just a parent to a teacher, get the parent involved. And maybe you need to have a conversation with the parent and letting them know what your expectations are, because this is challenging times for everyone. And it cannot just be on the teacher, right?
Absolutely.
So the parent has to be on board. So, and I get that, parents, some are going back to work and you may not be able to sit there, but what can you do in the off hours and having conversations with your children? Listen, when you're on a computer with your teacher, this is what I require you. This is what I need for you to do to make it. You want to be on your own thing? Right. Okay. So if you just listen, we can get through it.
No, I definitely agree with that. But teaching kindergarten, I feel like it's make or break. So like it can really have a student feel like, okay, this was the best year of my life, I'm gonna love school forever, or this was the worst year of my life, I hate school. And they're not even in like middle school yet, I hate school, I also think about, man, like, how is it when we go back, how am I gonna be able to keep masks on little people? What if one person comes to school with Hulk and then leaves with Mickey Mouse on their mask? Like, what? You know what I'm saying? And I don't even know how I would have a teacher voice.
Because you have to have a teacher voice.
Right, but
try to do it. Hello.
Boys and girls? It doesn't work.
Hello.
Hello. It works. All they need to see is this,
Yeah.
My eyes?
They have to, listen.
You should see the eyes at work. The Miss C look. So they really just need the eyes, but those are challenges that I think about, and I really want my kids to be back in school. I know it's not safe, so it's bittersweet, but I would rather be doing the work in person. Because
under good conditions.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we get it.
Sterile conditions.
Sterile.
Lunch outside. We'll have lunch until it's not nights outside, or there won't be any gym in the gym. So,
well, I hope they get it together.
Me too.
Okay. So, what were some of the things you learned about yourself during this pandemic?
Whew. I learned that, when I am in relationships, I lose sight of where I am and who I am. That like I'm completely giving my all into a person or a relationship and forgetting about S.0rM. Does that make sense?
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so I realized that after having to be in a breakup right at the beginning of a pandemic, I don't know, like, how could you do that, right? But I learned to be alone. I learned to love being alone. There's a difference between being alone and loneliness. I'm alone and I love it. I don't think you understand. I don't know where this came from.
How did you get here, sis?
It started in July. I legit I used to be lonely and like, oh, how could he leave me? Or this was supposed to be an apartment for us. Nah, child. I love being home. My favorite thing to do is have a cute snack or meal.
A cute snack?
Cute. And kick up and watch Wentworth on Netflix. I'm in the zone. Or like if I'm cooking and just listening to like music, I'm in my zhuzh. A good shower.
That is a wonderful space to be in, though.
I never saw myself in that space ever.
I know.
You know. You knew.
I
But I embrace it so much that like when I do have company, I'm like, so when you leaving?
When you leaving?
When you leaving? When you Uber coming?
When you Uber coming?
When you
Now
leaving?
you kick it.
No, I never thought, but I'm grateful that God gave me that.
Yes.
It's a phase.
Yes.
And it's scary.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. And
Also,
I'm proud of you.
I appreciate
am
that.
so proud of you, and I am super excited for you.
Thank you.
Because it didn't take a year.
Girl,
it didn't take. It didn't take a. You know, sometimes you feel like the process is gonna be like, oh God.
No, because it takes
I'm gonna
me
be
a
here
long
for
time.
a year, 2 years, getting no.
I'm
God did
hard.
a quick work.
Yeah, he said no. You got other things you got.
He's like, listen,
you want this show?
over.
You want to be doing these other things? Let's go.
Let's go. Come on, sis.
And I
Come on,
heard
daughter.
him tell me, I know the desires of your heart. If you just leave this man, I promise you, I got you. I got some stuff like in my duffel bag. He dead told me that. Like I felt like God's presence, because it was killing me to leave this man. I would have suffered in silence. I stayed way too long, and I would have stayed longer.
Wow.
Just because I wanted that fantasy of, oh, we're gonna last together. I want a family and a life with this man.
Wow.
Who was never ready. And God was like, girl, that ain't even for you. I got
something else.
I got
for
something
you.
crazy for you. Just
Woo!
let that go. And I didn't want to let it go. But I did.
Girl, you evolving.
I did.
You did.
That was God, for real.
So with that being said, name something that you give to others, teach others, that you have yet to give yourself.
Okay, so I would say at one point it was time.
Okay.
So before the pandemic, I never spent that much time by myself ever in the almost 32 years I've been here.
Okay.
Never spent alone time. Never had enough time to hear myself think or to even reflect long enough and you know, bring myself to devotion and really have that connection with God. Now, what do I give to people that I'm working on being positive with myself all the time.
Okay.
And like protecting my peace. I'm always like around my friends, I'm always like, yeah, I'm that girl all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think just keeping myself happy and keeping myself positive. Because I'm usually like the positive, the joker around my friends.
Yeah, I get that. Okay, we got a few more, then we gonna close this thing.
I'm excited. This is amazing.
If you could pick someone from the Bible to be your mentor, who would it be?
Child. Honestly?
You don't know.
No. I would say sis who found her Boaz.
Oh, Ruth.
Yeah. I would say Ruth because
Wow.
she was just minding her own business and he came. And I want to know, like, girl.
What was your process? She was working.
It was kind of like Ciara. Like, how did Russell find you? That kind of thing. So I'd have been like, girl, what did you do?
What did you do?
Because, like,
yes. Wow, that is, yes.
And, you know, I love, and it's not like, I no longer have this mindset of, I gotta find a husband. There was a time where I'm like, man, like, next relationship I'm in, it gotta be serious, and I want, like, I'm here calculating everything.
Yeah.
I luckily don't see it happening anytime soon. If it does, though, I want to be ready like her. Yeah.
That's another topic. We're gonna leave that right there. We really gonna leave that right there. Shanice is her best self when?
Okay. I am my best self when I take a really good shower.
I mean,
Yeah, no, there's a difference. You know, a shower because I gotta go, or a shower like when you indulge, playing your music. When I'm calm and watching my shows, like unbothered, I really enjoy that. I don't know why. I be in the house and like really enjoying my shows. I think that's when I'm at my best self. Girl, I'll be in the couch like.
I don't really. Y'all don't even understand.
I know.
Y'all don't even understand because I know him personally, but God is good. God is good.
All the time.
He is amazing. Okay.
I like my peace.
I'm gonna skip to, and I'm gonna say, what advice would you give to your younger, immature in some area self? The younger Shanice.
Oh, the younger Shanice.
The younger. Not today, she's the younger Shanice.
Stop playing. So, like, there were a few times where I wasn't taking my life seriously at all. Like, I gotta laugh. When I went away to college, I got academically dismissed. Now, there was a reason why. Several reasons. The first time, I almost got, I was put on probation. My first year in college, I wanted to go out and just have fun. I partied all the time, smoking, drinking, having fun, what I thought was fun. And I just didn't take life seriously. I went to school to dance. Like, I had my own dance team, and literally, like, I'd be like, I ain't going to that class. I'll go next week or something like that. Right. And I wasn't taking it seriously. And it's not until my friend he was the first guy I ever dated in college. He was murdered in front of me.
Ooh, wow.
And he was murdered, like, right on the side of campus, and I watched him, like, die, and then they resuscitated him, and then 2 weeks later, before he was supposed to graduate, he passed. And we were friends we kept in touch, and we were partners in math lab. So I had to go to therapy.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't deal with life. Yeah. I would even call his number, like,
you gotta pick up today.
Yeah, or I'll be in class, I'm looking to see if he's gonna ask me for the answer. That's when, like, I was like, oof. And also, like, I met some of the greatest guys I've ever dated when I was, like, leaving high school. And I wasn't ready for them. So I feel like...
Wow, see, now, that is interesting. We're not gonna get too much into that topic, but sometimes it's the other way around, where men feels like they had the one, and because they wasn't ready, they let him go, and now they're like, dang, I wish I could get that back.
I'm low-key,
but to
like
hear it from a woman's perspective, I would love to dig deep, but we're gonna do that at a different time, because we're gonna go there. I'm gonna have to bring you back. I'm gonna have to bring you back, because I want to talk about that. My last question, I want. I gotta talk about that.
I'm here for it.
I want to talk about it. Okay, so what did it take? No, you know what? I'm gonna ask you what it take for you to evolve, but you kind of gave.
I can answer that. It took a lot of prayer. It took for me to stop holding on to my the figments of my imagination and just say, all right, God, all right.
Say that.
Let me pull over. You drive.
Say that. Say that.
It took for me to get out of a relationship, and the way it ended and how it ended, girl, I had to be like, God, you got it, because I have no power at this point.
Wow. So my last, I promise, final question.
No, I'm enjoying this.
Why did you choose Jesus?
Wow. Okay, so my mom chose him for me first. I think I was
shout out to the Christian moms. Like, oh no, you gone.
Yeah. I was 13, and she was pushing the religion card on me really hard, and I remember, like, kind of skating out of it the first time in baptismal classes with the teens. Then I went with the adults, and I just remember crying hysterically when I did it. I was scared because I didn't want to mess up. I didn't know about sex like that. I didn't start high school yet, so I didn't really get a taste of the real world, and I was just so afraid that I was going to mess up. But I could say I chose Jesus for myself, because my favorite part about Christianity is that, like, I've been through some stuff, heavy stuff I got myself in, and God always got me out, and it's crazy. It's always a situation where I'm like, how am I getting out of this?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you did it this time. And then God finds a way, or puts the right people.
Yes.
It's really written. It's already written. So, like, to know that He loves me that much, and does not, like, every time I do something crazy that I would judge myself for, He, like, erases the whiteboard and makes it really clean, and is like, all right, start over. We gonna get this right.
We gonna do it.
Start it right.
Right.
Start over.
Right.
So that's why I choose Jesus.
My God. Well, listen, I am so happy that you are here. I really enjoyed your presence and you sitting here with us and connecting with our audience and just sipping with us, you know.
I enjoy
We're
this.
seeing it prosper and definitely seeing it prosper in your life. And I'm super proud of you.
No, thank you. I'm so honored to be here, and this was fun. Can we do this again? Can I come on again?
Yeah, you can.
I love it here.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
This was amazing.
Thank you.
Oh,
So listen, I want you to partake with me in something really quickly. I
Sure.
do a segment that's called Sit That. So you know what we gotta do.
What we doing? We sipping? I love it.
You like it?
I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
In your next endeavors and all of your interviews. I wish you the best in all of the things that you're trying to achieve and accomplish. Thank you for your support in every way. I love you, girl.
Anytime.
You know I love you.
Anytime. So listen, what I want you to do this week with Sip That, seeing it prosper in your life, I want you to renew your mind and tell yourself that where you are today is not where you're going to be tomorrow. How you change what you think changes how you feel. Thank you so very much for joining us today. I am super excited. You can follow us on Instagram. I myself at S.I.P_Vision.
UV_storm, but the O is a 0.
Yes, and as well as on Facebook. Please hit us up, DM us, and definitely follow us on our YouTube channels. And if you are listening to this via audio, please check us out so that you can see the full episode of Educating and Evolving. I'm your girl TCheris. Thank you for sipping with us. Be blessed as well as a blessing. Bye.